What's good people? I'm Justin Miller, owner of Legends of Athletics, and we're back with another episode. So I got the same clothes on, so this is a part 2 to a video I just did and a part 1. So next we want to talk about, one thing I thought about as I was sitting here at the track is marches or mocks, depending on who you talk to, depending on what coach you talk to. That same thing in my book, marches. You see coaches do these, and it's simple to get it wrong, but it's something that I had to learn too. And so young coaches and athletes that do these, just think about this. Even parents are out there with their athlete, you're coaching. So I put you in a pool of coaches. So whenever we're doing mocks, sometimes you'll see people do these. If you watch my last YouTube video, you seen this, and you can hear it when the video started. I love hearing that because it lets me know we're all on the same page. It sounds like a bunch of horses running or something. So here, you see people do mocks. And on the track, you can kind of cheat it because the track is harder, so you can hear the surface. And I don't have to move in order to demonstrate the point, but most time we're moving when we're doing marches. Now, whenever we're doing marches, you can hear this, right? And you can see from the video, I'm not picking my knee up a lot. Now, with mocks or marches, what we want to do is we want to make sure we're using that as a drill to produce vertical force. So we want to put that force into the ground. You see how much aggressive that is? And if you look, I'm picking up at my hip and making sure I'm producing that force. Now, sometimes people say, like, how can you tell if an athlete is picking up at their hip or if they're using their knee to compensate and pick up at the hip? Well, you can look at the feet. So when I'm using my knee to pick up, my foot kind of kicks out, right? You kind of see it. My foot is it'll put me in more of a position to overstride. Now, if I'm using my hips to make the same movement pattern happen, you see with my hip, it just naturally, everything folds under itself and goes right back under my center of mass. And so it's very important whenever we're doing drills, whether we're walking, we're doing wall drills or whatever, that we make sure that as athletes, we're positioned correctly. Because what we're doing is training our, we talk about central nervous system a lot, the CNS. We're training our bodies to reproduce that same position multiple times. And so if we train it wrong, we're just training our bodies wrong. And so 2 things I want you to take away from this video. One is produce that vertical force. Don't be scared to punch the ground. I tell my athletes this: the ground is undefeated and you can hit it as hard as you want to and it won't crack. Don't be afraid to be violent by pushing that vertical force into the ground. And 2, feel your hips. We sit a lot, so a lot of us have blunted hips, so we don't really feel them a lot. Pull up at that hip and push down. Don't, like I said, don't crouch like I just did and compensate. Pull up, push down, push down, push down. Those 2 takeaways from this video. If you like the content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and as always, be legendary.